Okay, guys, Christmas is coming right up, and I don't know about your family, but it's not that unusual for me and the kids to get sick around Christmas time. Probably just there's so much going on, we're eating a lot more sugar, and as a result, we tend to get sick. So if that's something that your family struggles with too, this might help you out. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Cece. My husband Kirk and I homestead in the big beautiful state of Montana. And one of those things that I do is sometimes I do natural home remedies. And one of them that I do is called elderberry syrup. A lot of people know the benefits of elderberry, and it's actually really simple to make at home. It's not necessarily cheap, but it is very simple. So I buy my dried elderberries by the pound full from Azure Standard, and they're about $25 a pound. The recipe that I'm going to use I had found on Mountain Rose Herbs. They also have organic elderberries that are dried for sales too. They just seem to be a little bit more. These are organic from Azure Standard. And just in case you were not familiar with the benefits of elderberry, it says right here on the package, elderberries are packed with antioxidants and vitamins. They may help lessen inflammation, lower stress levels, and help ease cold symptoms. Elderberry is one of those things that you can take as a preventative. So around the beginning of December or so, if you just kind of start taking a shot, tablespoon or two every single day, it could actually prevent you from getting sick or you not get as sick as much because it strengthens your immune system. Elderberry is, you can use it every single day as a preventive. Echinacea is not something that you're supposed to take every single day. I know a lot of people do a combo, like you can buy the gummies that have elderberry and echinacea in it. Your body will get used to the echinacea after about 3 or 4 days. So save the echinacea for when you're actually sick. Elderberries can be used for when you're sick or a preventative. So super easy. Have your dried elderberries, some cinnamon sticks, some ginger. You can either use powdered or, the root, and 4 cups of water. When this is completely done simmering, then we're going to add 1 cup of honey, and you can also add 1 cup of alcohol to make it shelf stable. So I've got my 4 cups of water. I'm gonna add 1 of these, a little bit of ginger, 2 cups of the elderberry, and just let it simmer for a while. This is frozen. Okay, it's just going in. So they say basically when your liquid is kind of cut in half, then you know you've simmered it long enough. So I'm gonna let it probably go for about 30 minutes and I'll come back out and check on it, see where my liquid level is at. Okay, my timer went off, which means it is time to strain this. This is always a little bit of the issue because I only have like a teeny tiny little strainer. So this time I'm going to use a cheesecloth and put it over top of a ½ gallon. I filled this with warm water so my glass doesn't break. So let me dump this out and we'll start straining. All right, here we go. Okay, so my cheesecloth is rectangle shaped and some of this came down, so that didn't work very good either. Not to mention it's very hot. I'm gonna try to squeeze all of this out. Oh no. Okay, I gotta rethink this. Okay, take two. I have another cheesecloth with a strainer, top of a container, and oh, it's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Oh. Ow! Welcome to the world of CC mess-ups. Ouch, it's still very hot. It was simmering. Okay, my hands, it stains, just so you know. I show you guys this stuff because I'm still learning, and if I made the mistake, I want you to see what that looked like, because to me that was a really good idea, putting the cheesecloth in there and straining it. But I forgot that it was a rectangle shape and one of the creases had came open and a bunch of the berries were coming out. So I'm just gonna let this cool for just a little bit longer, and then I should be able to squeeze everything out. Because these are my nice cheesecloths, I'm probably going to go ahead and stick them on the stove with a little bit of baking soda and a little bit of Dawn soap, and go ahead and try to wash them out immediately. So if they're stained, but I want to try to keep the staining at a minimum. So welcome to the real life. I now have a mess. Okay, now we're gonna try to put it into that glass jar. Once this cools a little bit more, I'm gonna add some honey to it, but I don't wanna add honey now while it's so hot, because I don't want it to like ruin the good properties of the honey. So I'm gonna wait till this cools a little and add some honey. Meanwhile, I'm going to clean up a little bit. Okay, I have my cup of honey here. This is now, like, I can touch it and it's not super hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this honey in. Now would also be the time to add alcohol if you want to make it shelf stable, or just give it a little extra kick. Brandy or some kind of vodka would be kind of what's recommended. And obviously if you're planning on giving it to your kids, I would probably cut the alcohol. If your kids don't like it, you can add more honey. If you want it to be shelf stable without the alcohol, you also like double up the honey. So once you add that cup of honey, you bring it up a lot farther. Just kind of stir it in. But once I pull this scraper out, there should still be enough room that you could add 1 cup of brandy if that's what you wanted to do. So here we go. And then I just like to take something like this, and it's about 2 tablespoons, so I fill it up, and I just take 1 of these every single day to help your immune system. If you have kids, depending on how young they are, you may want to just do a half a dose, 1 tablespoon, but there you would go, and there's an amazing immune booster. From start to finish, it probably took me roughly an hour because I made a mess and all of that good stuff. And I'm gonna guess it would probably be less than $20 to make something like this. If you add alcohol, it might be a little bit closer to the $23 mark. Again, it depends on if you're buying organic dried elderberries, if you're using, you know, organic or raw honey. All of that stuff kind of plays into how expensive this is. But yeah, I would say without the alcohol, you're looking at less than $20. And if you're only taking, you know, that much every single day, store it in the fridge. It'll store, you know, for a long, long time in the fridge. And this would get you through, you know, probably the month of December. And here we go.